In the past 2 years, TikTok has taken the world by storm. Regardless of what you like to watch or how old you are, almost everyone and their mother has gotten TikTok. Both chaotic and addictive, this app definitely has it all. We all know the issues about the conventionally attractive people who get famous for not really doing much. You know, people who kind of just stand there, move their arms around a little, make weird faces in the camera. Obviously, they're annoying. And yet, there are still people on this app who should literally be in a jail cell. Yes, there are these issues and these clowns in this app, but I want to talk about more of the deep-rooted issues that are in both straight and alt TikTok. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about all the things I hate about TikTok. Now, I love TikTok. It's probably one of my favorite apps. I go on it a lot because, you know, your girl just finished her second year of university and I have nothing else to do with my time. But it is a fun app. It's enjoyable. I learn a lot. I laugh. I cry. I simp. Like, it's a good time. All the emotions are expressed at one time on TikTok. But there are a lot of things about that godforsaken app that I really do not like. Obviously, it's been around for a couple years now. Started off as Musical.ly. Rest in peace. But TikTok itself has kind of grown as this like mixture of Twitter and Tumblr in the worst way possible. So I'm just going to talk about some of the things on that app that I think are just disgusting. Obviously, last year, the biggest issues with TikTok I saw were issues of like blatant racism on that app and just like how people just loved being racist, and also the issue of colorism within POC communities, particularly the Black community. But today I'm going to be talking about a bit more, you know, juicy things. So I got my list here. I'm going to read it out. First one, insecurities. I don't know why, but every single time I go on TikTok, there's a new insecurity popping out. It's like some things I never even knew about. Now, some insecurities that people have is like, oh, my side profile is bad. Fair. That's like a normal, not normal, but that's like a pretty universal experience that a lot of people have. People don't like their side profiles, whatever. Oh, I don't like my teeth, they're crooked. Okay. I don't like specific feature. Yeah, whatever. We're all insecure about certain things, you know, our height, things like that. But every time I go on this app, there's a new insecurity. And y'all know the trend I'm talking about. People talking about how when they smile, the lines here. When I saw that video, I was like, is this not normal? Like, doesn't everyone, when they smile, they have lines here? But I didn't know that was something to be insecure about. It's like someone's gonna pop out and be like, yo, I'm really insecure about, you know, like the lines on my neck. Or I'm super insecure about my tear ducts and how my tears look when they, like, TikTok is just fueling even more insecurities. And I see how that's affecting me as a person. Like, yeah, I'm insecure, I'll admit it, but like, I don't show it much because ew. But like, these insecurities I didn't even know existed until TikTok. I didn't know that people were insecure or that I should be insecure about, like, even the inverted filter. Oh, the inverted filter, you guys. That inverted filter has ruined my whole life. But I wouldn't even think about it if it wasn't for TikTok. So TikTok does a good job of making sure trends are set on our insecurities, and it's crazy. That is definitely one thing I've noticed. Number two, this one's a bit juicy. It might get me into some trouble, but I don't care. Attacking groups of people, more specifically different religious groups. And I know people usually don't like when people talk about religion, but I want to. For example, there's this one Muslim couple that come on my For You page a lot. I forget their names, but the woman wears a niqab, I'm pretty sure. It's like only her eyes are showing, and her husband obviously is just there, and they'll educate people about Islam and educate people about why she wears it, what she can and cannot do based on their religion. And the comments are disgusting. Comments are disgusting. Like, there's one thing about being just curious about certain things, like, oh, why do you do that? Why is that a rule? What is the point of this? Fine. But your curiosity does not exclude your Islamophobia. Like, the comments are kind of gross. And that's one thing that always kind of frustrated me and confused me, because it's like, why are you attacking this young Muslim couple? They're just trying to talk about their religion and why they do certain things and why they don't do certain things, but you're making it a point to kind of say how you feel about it when they didn't ask. Not only that, you're being rude about it, and you're also being Islamophobic at the same time. It's just really gross to me, because they're not affecting you. The reason why they make these videos is because people ask questions. So when people ask questions, you answer those questions. So what type of answer people are looking for, I don't understand. One example from Islam for Jewish TikTok. Now, there's this Jewish couple on my For You page a lot. They're actually Canadian, but the woman covers her hair as well. Didn't know that was a thing in Judaism, but I guess a lot of women in Judaism do choose to cover their hair, whatever. And she says, oh yeah, instead of wearing my real hair out, I'll wear wigs, or I'll just wear like a veil. You know, pretty normal stuff. And the people in the comments are so rude. Again, with Islam, don't use your curiosity as an excuse for being anti-Semitic. You can ask questions. And the thing is, both of these couples are so like excited to get questions and teach people about their religion and how they pray, what they eat, what they don't eat, how they interact with like the opposite sex, what they do, what they don't. Like, it's all informative, and it comes from just a place of pureness. Like, it's not, they're not shoving it down people's throats. They're not being like judgmental about other people's beliefs. Like, they're genuinely just answering questions. And the comments under the Jewish people's TikToks are usually like, oh, this is so oppressive. Same with the Muslim couple too. It's like, why would she ever do that? Like, ew, that is so gross. Here's the thing. Religion is obviously a touchy subject, okay? But my thing is like, if it works for them and they're happy doing it, they're not hurting anyone. And people ask them questions, so they answer questions. And it's like, you can easily unfollow or just keep scrolling if you don't want to see that. You don't have to leave a hate comment. And I know it's really cheesy, but like, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. That's just like life. Like, every single time I go on TikTok, people will be leaving hate comments. I could never personally leave a hate comment ever on someone's post, like genuinely hating on someone. First of all, because I'm an adult. Like, if my job sees that, bye. But second of all, I just don't have the energy or time for that. Like, I'm sorry, I have other things to do. So those are the two examples that I see a lot on TikTok. So people tend to think that them asking questions can then solidify or then allow their Islamophobia and anti-Semitism, and it's not okay. Even like on some Christian creators' TikToks, obviously, I've seen some that are just people talking about little things, their testimony, or even just talking about their faith in itself. And the really funny thing about the internet is people get so mad when like people of different faiths post things and like get offended, but I'm like, you don't have to watch it. Oh my god. I don't know if you guys know this, but you don't have to watch it. You can keep scrolling. Just thought I'd let you guys know that you can actually keep scrolling, and so you don't have to watch it because you don't like it. So why are you watching? So yeah, obviously, I come from a biased perspective due to the fact that I am a religious person, but at the same time, it's like, regardless of what religion you are, you should never be succumbed to that type of abuse and hate comments for doing absolutely nothing wrong. It's gross. Number 3 is a bit touchy. So that was number 2. Number 3 is body dysmorphia and EDs being normalized on TikTok, as well as the issue of self-diagnosis. It's a problem. It's like, I'm 19 and I have developed a lot of insecurities from that app. I cannot even begin to fathom what it has done to like 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old girls. When I was that age, I was so unstable, like emotionally and mentally. Like, if someone were to tell me on TikTok, like, oh, you're supposed to be built like this, you're not supposed to be like this, then, oh, I would literally be so unhappy with the way I looked. And it's just really sad to see how normalized that ideal body type has become on TikTok. And that is the Tumblr side. So you have the Twitter side where it's people just being out of pocket. That's just the way Twitter is. But then you have the Tumblr side where it's like the normalizing and self-deprecation of different body types, as well as the self-diagnosis happening in the comments. because of COVID and TikTok, it is probably the worst time for teenagers right now in terms of social media. The issue I've seen with TikTok, regardless of like who it is, the age group, one thing I've started to notice is unless you are shaped a certain way as a woman, especially, like for me, I'm built like a door. I'll admit it, and it's fine, and I'm okay with that now. There's not much I can do about that if I get like a BBL, but I'm not about to do that, but like that's just the way I'm built. Unless you have that specific body type, people will say something in the comments about your body, and it damages you so much. And people, the thing is too, people talk about body positivity all the time. Oh, we have to love all bodies. Oh, you have to like all bodies regardless of size. One thing I've noticed, and this might get me in trouble in the comments, but I don't care. One thing I've noticed is regardless of size, you could be a fat person, you could be the skinniest person. As long as your body has that hourglass shape or you have a small waist, it's okay. Whereas if you are a fat person and a skinny person and you're built like this, you will get treated so bad in the comments. Obviously, the fat phobia on TikTok is also awful, but I'm just coming from like the comments that you see on someone's post if they are built a certain way is so different from a person who's built like that. And that is just so disgusting because a lot of the times too, a lot of these young girls don't really hit puberty until like 16 maybe, so their bodies are still kind of like that until they get to a certain age. So a lot of them are probably looking in the mirror right now and being like, why don't I look like that? And it's just like you're feeding into these really toxic narratives that women have to be built and shaped a certain way. And it's funny because like a lot of the times as women we blame men for these stereotypes that are put on us. We're like, oh, men are, you know, holding these or like bad beauty standards, whatever. And that is very true. Men are to blame, but at the same time as women we have to realize that when we leave certain comments on women's posts and when we are constantly kind of like uplifting and constantly praising a particular body type, not size but shape, and we are kind of seeing the other shape and not seeing it as less feminine or less beautiful, it does something to you mentally. And that's something I've noticed too as a girl that is built like a door. Again, not mad about it, I don't really care, but that's just the way I've seen it. So the last thing that TikTok is doing that is just rattling me a lot is the attack of children on that app. Now, I feel like people forget how many kids are on TikTok. Like, the thing is, I'm not on straight TikTok, I'm on alt TikTok or whatever you call it. So it's like, I don't really see all the influencers on my For You page ever. And I know their main demographics is like young kids, so like 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever. And one thing I've noticed on TikTok is just people attacking children, grown adults attacking children for their looks. That needs to stop immediately. Do you guys know how messed up that is? And the thing is, regardless of age, you shouldn't attack people for their looks. I don't know why people do that so much on TikTok, and it's kind of scary because unless you are conventionally attractive, unless you are built a certain way, unless you have certain Eurocentric features, you will be attacked on that app. And again, driving the undertones of white supremacy are just so, oh my gosh, that's a whole another video. But like, children will literally just be hanging out and they'll be dancing, just having fun being kids. You'll see grown adults in the comments saying, ew, what are you doing? Oh, why you look? I'm like, oh, imagine being like a 13-year-old girl, grade 8, right? You and your friends like, let's make a TikTok, you know, because the app is for children. Let's not forget, there's a lot of kids on that app, and then they'll post it and just be having fun, and then it goes viral, and then there's a bunch of adults just bullying children on that app. It is not a safe space for kids. That app is not a safe space for children at all. And I constantly say this, like, TikTok is a breeding ground for just kids to get bullied by adults, kids to get bullied by other kids, the normalizing of cyberbullying. It's just not a good place to be. That's why you see a lot of just kids on that app, when they go viral, it's usually for getting bullied. And it's really scary to see that people my age are out here bullying children in comments. So yeah, that's basically it. TikTok is a demonic place. It's fun. I love it, but it's also just like the worst place sometimes. It's such a sad. TikTok only is good for people who are attractive. And I will die on that hill. I will die on that hill. Unless you are a certain type of attractive, unless you look a certain way, TikTok is not for you. People might say, oh, but like, you know, people who aren't that conventionally, unless you are extremely talented or very funny and you are not conventionally attractive, you can make it. But you have to be out of this world. But TikTok works for those that are Eurocentric features, conventionally attractive, certain body type, and yeah, you'll be good. That's literally every single social media app. Instagram, YouTube, not Twitter. Twitter is the only one that's like not too based off of looks, because as long as you tweet something funny, people are gonna like it because they don't see your face, which is why I love Twitter, but Twitter is a whole different story. But TikTok is just, it has fueled so many issues and just exposed how messed up our generation is when it comes to superficial things. So yeah, to conclude this video, don't be on TikTok too much. Don't let those people who create insecurities every single year, every minute, there's a new one popping out. Don't let them get to you. Don't be leaving hate comments on people's videos. Like, get a job. Are you employed? I feel like the only people that leave hate comments aren't employed. Get a job. And then don't seek TikTok for psychological help, physical help when it comes to EDs or body dysmorphia, because they're not doctors. They're not doctors. Please talk to a professional about that, because you don't, that's just like a recipe for disaster. And lastly, leave them kids alone. Let kids be kids. I feel like people expect kids to act a certain way. You were a child once, and yes, I will see kids doing some stuff and I'm like, ew. But at the same time, I'm not gonna literally say to their face, ew, stop doing that. They're kids. Let kids be kids. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hopefully you could kind of hear what I'm trying to say. I know the way I talk isn't the most professional and I don't have like, I'm not very eloquent, but I feel like my points are kind of valid. These are some issues I've seen on TikTok. If you want me to talk more about TikTok, I can talk about that damn app all day because it's the worst place on the planet, but I still love it. Anyways, hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.